Hey everybody, John Shell here with Cruise Addicts, and we're live. We haven't done this in quite a while. So good to have you here. We're going to let the room fill up, and if you didn't know, the reason why we're here is the Viking Cruise Group on Facebook has a 14-night Grand European cruise ready to set sail. It's in 2023, so we got a little bit of a time, but it's going to be a 14-day, 15-night cruise. Like I said, it's a Grand European cruise, and it covers so many, just all different amazing parts of Europe. It really is a bucket list cruise because it covers the Danube, it covers the Rhine, the Main, all these different rivers. And we're so excited. Michael Consoli will be here in just a moment. And he's going to tell us all about it. This really is an exclusive sailing with Viking. It's got special things just for our Viking group cruise that we're so excited for. And if you didn't know, our Viking group cruise has reached 28,000 members. So we're so excited about that. So I'm going to let the group fill up here. We're going to get Michael here in a moment, and we're going to learn all about this amazing Viking group cruise. Once again, thank you. Hope you're all doing well all around the internet here. We've got our Facebook groups set up. We've got our YouTube channel, our Twitter, and also our Facebook page all live here. And so good to see you. Don't leave me hanging here. Make sure you check in, say hello wherever you are around the world, and let us know what type of cruises you have booked, what you have planned. Hopefully you're traveling and you're not locked up in the house with a mask on. So we hope that you're doing well. And we're going to get Michael in here. We haven't talked to him live in quite a while. Hi, Michael.
Hey, John. How are you?
Good.
So yeah, we're excited about this. We're excited about this group cruise.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what can you tell us about it? You put this together, and I know it's very unique, and there's a lot of things I don't really know about as far as every little thing. I know quite a bit, but what can you tell us?
Yes, so it's a 14-night, 15-day Grand European. Many of the Viking Facebook guests are probably familiar with the itinerary. It's Viking's flagship itinerary on the Danube and the Rhine and the Main. So a great itinerary, especially if somebody's not been on a river cruise. It's really a good value because the cruise includes free airfare. So just like every other Viking cruise, the cruise is going to include an excursion in every port, beer, wine with lunch and dinner, bottled water all day long, complimentary Wi-Fi, and very little to pay for on a Viking cruise. So all of those great value items will be included. But with the Grand European, we also include free airfare from almost every U.S. city. So free economy air. And then we have upgrades to a premium economy and business class if the guests are interested in that. It is an exclusive departure, which means that only for the Facebook group. So everybody on board will be part of our exclusive group. We'll have the exclusive group pricing. And those prices are combinable with the past guest discounts that we'll have. Guests are able to use their vouchers, anything like that. Any future cruise certificates that were purchased on board, they can use any of those as well.
While you're talking, that's what I love so much about a Viking cruise. Once you pay for everything, almost everything is included in the air. You're very careful.
Yeah, it's a good experience. Makes it very relaxing not to pay for stuff along the way.
So you're telling me that we can actually have our own river Viking ship name?
Yeah, so we do. We have the space pulled aside for the entire ship. It's the Viking Skadi. It's a long ship.
Yeah, how amazing is that we could actually just take that over? We could be the Viking group long ship for that week or that 15 nights. How amazing is that? So very exciting. Like I said, if you haven't made a comment, please check in. Let us know what's going on with you. Please say hello. And if you ever wanted to see Europe, this is the way to do it, isn't it, Michael?
Oh, it's a great way to see Europe and many opportunities to see different countries along the way. And in addition to the group pricing that we have, we also will have some exclusive events on board, as well as exclusive short excursion opportunities that wouldn't be available on the normal Grand European itinerary.
And that seems like an amazing rate. It's only starting at $5,374 for a 15-night cruise in Europe. air included. Just amazing deal.
Yeah, it's a good look. The Grand European's always a great value, but you combine it with the group rate and your past guest discount and the free air. It's definitely an excellent choice. And we chose September because it tends to be a less crowded time, better weather, that kind of thing. So we want to make sure that the guests have an outstanding experience from beginning to end.
Great. And I know there's a video. We can actually watch that right now. We can add this. And let's watch this. And tell us all about the Grand European itinerary.
Sure.
This ultimate 15-day cruise highlights Europe from Amsterdam in the Netherlands all the way to Budapest in Hungary. Start in charming Amsterdam. Visit Cologne's Gothic Cathedral. Sample wine in the Rhine Valley's heartland. And learn about glass-blowing traditions in Wertheim. Plus, you'll wander the cobblestone streets of Passau. Stroll the boulevards of Vienna. And finish your cruise in Budapest.
I couldn't hear what you said, John. Sorry. Yeah, I think.
There we go. Back on.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing that and the itinerary will start in Budapest and Amsterdam. So that's the direction that we're traveling. And there are opportunities to do pre and post extensions. In Budapest or in Prague, we'll have both, and both cities will offer both the standard package and the premium package if somebody is looking for the five-star hotel experience. So, and then of course offer the post extensions as well. So there's many options there for the post extension. Obviously Amsterdam, as well as Bruges, Antwerp, and The Hague. So there are opportunities to do one of those three extensions into the cruise as well.
So I guess the big question is, how do people actually book? I know there's several ways. What's the best way to do it?
Yeah, the best way to do it, honestly, would be to call us directly at 800-913-7245, or you can visit the website that has all pricing and information as well on mycruise.com. Just click at the top groups and go to Viking Facebook group, Grand European. So you, and of course, have the link at the top of the Facebook page as well.
Yeah. Now, I know there's that registry on your page, right?
I'm sorry, I hear what you said, John.
There's a register button.
Yeah, so once you get on the page, there'll be 3 different pages for the group. There's a description that tells you all about the sail and the itinerary. Then there's a second page that will show you categories and the pricing. And then the third page, the registration page where you can register. But keep in mind, if you're registering on the website, there's no opportunity to select, pre or the post packages. So you would want to call us to add those. They are limited. And, we've had a good amount of interest in the group since we launched it a few days ago. And so the categories that we have available are limited. The numbers that we have obviously are limited to the number of cabins on board the ship. But if you try to find the sailing available on Viking's website, it's going to show a sold out because we are holding all the space exclusively for this group.
That's so wonderful. So, if you're watching, have any questions, please leave a comment. Please let us know if you have any questions. We'd love to hear more. Anything that you're concerned about, any questions that you're thinking about booking this. If you booked it, whatever you'd like to do, we'd really appreciate it. If you want to know about more information, Michael is a wealth of information. So please take the time here while we have together to leave a comment and just let us know how you're doing as well today.
Yeah, so, and John, we probably should say, we didn't mention it, it is up on the screen, that the cruise September 9th through the 23rd of 2023. So plenty of time for people to plan to travel and plenty of time to make payments and all of that stuff. So it's almost two years away.
So they don't have to book right now, but it'd be really great if they did.
Yeah, we want you to book it. Well, we want to book as soon as possible to secure their space. Obviously, the same terms and conditions that always apply to Vikings cruises apply to this. If you have an existing booking, you know your final payment, you probably push that back to 6 months prior to departure. If you don't have an existing booking, the final payment date would most likely be 1 year prior to departure. Deposit is $500 per person, refundable except for $100 per person up to 4 months prior to departure. So all the same Viking terms and conditions apply. In addition, the guests can save that 0.3% by paying by electronic check. So you'll save, you know, the additional fees that the cruise typically pays on a credit card charge. So they do a 3.3% discount for paying by electronic checks. So that's a great way to save some extra money on the cruise.
That's great. And it's already a great value.
Yeah.
So, wow. So I tell you, what type of questions do you think someone might ask? Anything else we can think about?
Yeah, I mean, I get a lot of questions about the airfare, and we talk about that in some of our other videos. That, you know, the Viking offers that Air Plus program that allows us to select the flights as early as 10 months prior to departure. So simply by paying a $50 per person fee, we can work directly with the Viking Air team to help you find the best flights for the itinerary. So the economy air is free, and there is opportunity to upgrade to both premium economy and business class. So we certainly can work with that if people are interested in those categories of travel. And then the Air just gives us the flexibility of being able to select the ring and the flight. So that's great. And then the thing that Viking allows us to do is that other things, that the air deviation, which allows the guests to fly in early or leave later. We can arrange that, as well as, you know, if they arrange a stopover in a city on the way over, like if they want to stay in London for a couple of days before they arrive in Budapest, something like that, we certainly can help them arrange with the air program that Viking offers.
And what would you tell someone they might have done the Danube before, or they might have done the Rhine, and they say, you know, I've always heard about the concierge on board, or just maybe I want to run on my own this time. What would you recommend they do?
Yeah. I mean, that's why I love cruising, right? Because it gives you the opportunity to explore on your own. You know, these ships dock right in the cities most of the time. You just walk right off to the downtown area of the city. So there's really opportunities to explore in depth on your own, and you have a good idea of where the ship is while you do that. But more than even if somebody's done the Danube, romantic Danube, or the Rhine getaway, or the Danube Waltz, any of those itineraries, and this itinerary is going to repeat some of those ports. There's definitely more to see in these ports than just what they saw the first time they were on a similar itinerary. So, and that's something that can help the guest find if they want to have an organized tour or do something else outside of what Viking offers. We certainly can help them do that.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm excited about, is going back to some of these places and just doing stuff on my own a little bit longer.
Yeah, I mean, we've been to these cities 3 and 4 times. Every time it's a different experience. So
yeah, it's very exciting. So I guess people are watching football today. I know I'm rooting tonight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think Sundays are always tough nights to do these things, but it was it's the week before a holiday, so it seemed like a good opportunity. But I do think it would be worth reviewing again. You know, if people have interest, they should either give us a call at the 800 number, 800-913-7, and mention the Viking Facebook group. You know, Viking Facebook Grand European Cruise for 2023, and we can give you all the information. Also, you can visit the website at www.planmikes.com and just click on the word groups at the top of the page and go down to the Facebook Grand European group, and you'll be able to see all the details of the sailing on that web page. But we really want to emphasize, we certainly love talking to the guest and making sure that they're well taken care of, and the best way to do that is by phone. We welcome your phone calls with questions, and so that we can review pricing and take the information. I mean, we offer the registration on our website just for those people that may not be able to reach us, during business hours or people that work late. But most of my clients will tell you you could reach me anytime. So please don't hesitate to call us, because we would prefer to chat with you and talk you through the process and what available categories there are, extensions, that type of thing. So
that's great. It's so exciting to have it together. I looked up voted, and it was hundreds of people who voted. It was actually January of the beginning of the year. We did this poll, and hundreds of people voted. And here we are, in life. And Michael put together this amazing group cruise.
Yeah, and I think that there's a lot of interest. So I think we're going to see that it will sell, relatively quickly. Just because it's an exclusive departure, and I think that's a real interest for people. And again, we're going to have complimentary exclusive events and things like that on board. But the itinerary, it just affords so many opportunities to see different cities and in different countries along the river, and it's probably one of my favorite rivers. The itinerary itself, just because it really gives a feel for what river cruising is about. If you're somebody who hasn't river cruised, this is actually the perfect itinerary to do so.
Yeah, I can't believe that it covers so many great ports in one cruise.
So, and then like you said, the pricing is very reasonable. To start $53.74 for the standard cabin. It's worth reviewing the cabin categories. The standard cabin is going to be on the lowest deck and have a small window just about 3/4 of the way up the wall, and we refer to it as swan view cabin, because if you look out that window, the water level is just below the window, and you can see the sun swimming. So that cabin category is 155 square feet. And then there are two types of standard cabins, standard E and F. They're both on deck 1, and they're going to be just differentiated by their location on that deck. So, and after that, we have the French balconies. Those cabins are 135 square feet. Believe it or not, while they do have a sliding glass door that opens, it doesn't have any to step out. It has floor-to-ceiling window opens, but it's only 135 square feet. It's actually the smallest of the accommodations on the river cruise ships. And those are categories C and D. The category D starts at $73.74 per person. And then after that, we go to the veranda categories, veranda A and B. Those are also just differentiated by their location on board the ship. Veranda B is on deck 2, the middle deck, so you have cabins above and below you. And veranda A is on top deck. Those cabins are 205 square feet, so they are the largest of the standard category cabins before you get into the suites. And 205 square feet, they have 175 square foot interior inside the cabin and 30 square feet outside the cabin. That balcony that you have, or the veranda, actually has two chairs and a table, and there's also a chair inside the cabin. Where the other two lower categories, the French balcony and the standard cabins, they do not offer any place to sit in the cabin except on the bed or on the little stool in front of the desk. So after that, the next category up is going to be the veranda suite, the category AAA, and those are $12,074 per person. So that's $12,074 per person. And those obviously are going to offer for a much larger size. The cabin, 325 square feet. It has a separate bedroom. So if you're somebody that needs to have somebody who likes to sleep in, or you have a spouse that likes to get up early, that's the perfect category, because it has a separate room with a door that closes in between the two spaces. And then, of course, the best accommodation on board is the Explorer Suite. Those cabins are very large. They have 270-degree views, back corner of the ship. Those cabins start at they are $15,070, so that's $15,074 per person before any past guest discount, and they are the largest of the categories on board the ship. So lots of options for people at all price points to join the group. So
that's great. And we actually have a comment. Margot asks, are there any discount for prior Viking cruisers?
Yes, Margot, currently the past guest discount is $200 per person. So, that does change. Right now they're offering the $200 per person as the past discount to everyone. But that can change at any time, but it is absolutely applicable, as are any future cruise credits you might have, or any onboard cruise certificates you might have purchased on your last cruise.
And also we have an onboard credit, right, Michael?
That's correct. Every cabin has a $200 onboard credit from us as a gift. And that would also be combinable with any other discounts or onboard credits that you have available to you from any canceled sailings.
That's great. Well, that was very good. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Any other questions you can think of?
Yeah, I just think that the deposit amount and the final payment, that is all something that I think we should cover one time. As usual, the deposit is $500 per person. If the guests choose to take the cruise line's insurance, that would also be due, at the time of deposit or with 12 days of deposit. And then the final payment would be 1 year prior to departure, unless, of course, you have an existing booking, and then we would be able to push your final payment date back to 6 months prior to departure. So
at the very least, you want people to at least let's put a deposit down. Let's save your space. Let's fill up this long ship and make it just for our group.
Exactly. There's no caveat to booking early. Only a caveat to booking late, right? Because if you book late, the space isn't available. And that goes also for the extensions. We do have on any sailing, Viking does not offer extensions for every guest. There's a limited number of extensions, both pre and post, like 30 to 40 extensions, rooms per trip. So, if people are interested in that, it's really important to book that early. And one of the big questions I get is, if I hold the extensions, does it increase my deposit? And it does not. So the deposit would still be $500 per person, even if you add the pre and post extension or anything else to booking. So, that's really the only amount that you have to pay unless you decide to take the Viking insurance. And I will mention, we do offer an alternative to the Viking insurance, which does not have to be paid until final payment.
So this is I keep saying bucket list because it covers so many wonderful ports all through Europe, so many rivers. It really is an amazing group cruise. And here we are, we have this space blocked out, for quite a ways off. But for a small deposit, you can literally make that bucket list itinerary, pre and post extension, whatever your part contents, whatever your dream is, whatever your bucket list is, and you can put it together and just lock it in right now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Just lock it in now, and then if you change your mind later, we can always move your deposit to a different sailing, or cancel it, and then you would get 400 of the 500 back. But it's always best to book early and take advantage of the pricing they have and any of the specials that Viking's offering, especially if you're a past guest, because that past guest discount of $100 per person is going to revert back at some point to $100 per person. Once sailing starts sailing again, like they've been for the past 6 months, Viking is going to decide to change that double past guest discount back down to $100 per person. So the earlier you book, the better.
Great. All right. Any other questions we can think of that you want to cover, Michael?
No, I think that we covered a lot of information, and we probably should have another webinar for people to watch with a little bit more detail, and we can maybe go through the itinerary after the first of the year so that people can learn more about where the ship is going and the excursions that are going to be offered in each of the ports.
Yeah, but thank you for joining us, letting us announce this amazing group cruise, putting it together. I just think it's so great that everybody came together and voted. And this itinerary just rose to the top. There was no tampering or anything else going on. No funny business. We literally came from the group, from the ground up. And here we are that we have this chance to fill a whole Viking long ship for just our own.
Yeah, and I have to say, you know what? It's also Viking's most popular item, so it doesn't surprise me that it was the one chosen because it is their most popular. And we want people to have the best possible experience. So the dates, all of that, the feedback we got from the group, the dates that we chose, all of that was specific to the group. So we're really pleased to offer it, and I am looking forward, I'm sure John is, to escorting everybody on board.
Oh yeah, we're so excited. We've got some comments. We've got some comments here. Margo actually has another comment. She says, "Are doing great, Viking Grid December 2022. Can't wait. Do you recommend the Alpha size tour?"
Oh yeah, so I did maybe she's asking this because we did the Rad Grid, saw that. We just did it in August. It was an amazing experience, and yes, highly recommend the Versailles tour. It was really well done. A lot of times when you do these tours, they're further away from the ship than you want them to be, but this was, it was very quick to get there and a very enjoyable tour. So highly recommend it, Margot.
And we've got another comment. Debbie Thompson writes, she's going next Christmas.
Debbie, hope you're doing well. Debbie's an existing client, so we always love to hear from her. So
that's awesome. Well, thank you all for the comments. I think we're going to wrap it up. It's so nice to finally get started and introduce the Viking group cruise 14th Grand European aboard the Viking Skadai, September 9th, 23rd, in 2023. It'll be here before you know it. So if you're thinking about booking it, if you'd like to book it, place a deposit at least Michael. Give him a call at 1-800-7245 and email him at michael@planmycruise.com. Get that deposit down there, lock it in. Let's have a great time in September of 2023, and we'll be contacting you more. We'll be sending out more mailing through email. If you haven't joined our exclusive mail list, please do that. And we'll do some things like this, these live streams. We'll check in with Michael and learn how the group is growing and cover many different topics in all the ports, because there's so much to cover, so much to look forward to. As a cruise addict, sometimes in the planning is half the fun. Don't you agree?
Oh, 100%. 100%. John, let's not forget to mention that this would make an excellent Christmas present. Anybody would be very happy with this under the tree, or the holiday gift. So what a great option as a holiday gift. So
yeah, talk about a Christmas gift. Be wonderful. Yeah, so let's put the Viking 14-night Grand European Christmas cruise, or the cruise underneath the tree. I'll spit this out.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Any last words, Michael?
Nope. Just give a call if you have any questions. I really appreciate the opportunity. I know that everybody is gonna love this experience, and we want to make it the best experience for everyone. So anybody who has questions or is interested, just give us a call. 800-913-72245. Great.
And as we approach Christmas and New Year's, Michael, Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you too. Happy holidays to everyone. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you for joining us. And let's put this cruise underneath the Christmas tree this year. Even for next year, whatever plans are, we hope to have you on board for an amazing group cruise.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, John.
Thanks, Michael. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.